What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and I finally got around to solo flawlessing the 0 hour mission on Legend. I used Warlock with Dawn Chorus, and it was actually Void Surge today, or Void Threat, which is probably the best day to do it, so that worked out really good. I've been busy all week. I packed pretty much my whole house up, met with realtors. House is officially listed, so yeah, hoping I can sell it soon, and I move next week. So yeah, I was literally busy after Tuesday until now, and it's funny, I soloed it on my Hunter, then did Pantheon, and then I haven't been on the game since, and when I soloed it, I kind of had a good idea of how the boss room works, but I hadn't got to run it again, and then the first try with this build, I beat it, but I did die to the Architect, so I had to run it back, but that was okay because I was able to optimize a few things. So here we get Ember of Empyrean going, and you can clear this room out in basically 3 good rockets, or 4. So, well, I have done it in 3 on a different run. And then I've got a Volt Shot, Indebted Kindness. So yeah, you can see how quickly we take that first one out. I've done that with 20 minutes and 5 seconds left. That was a bit slower than normal, just because that shank didn't die right away. So I'm running minor spec on the Indebted Kindness for a very specific reason, and here you can just be spamming your galley. I was just kind of trying some different stuff, but it's good to just spam galley on those 2 groups of shanks. It'll be quicker than what I did there. I was trying to save some galley for the next room, and you'll kind of see why. Here we can prog Volt Shot on that guy, and then the Succession is really nice for taking these guys out. Indebted Kindness actually one-shots them, as you can see. Or maybe I have Major Spec on so that I can one-shot these guys. Yeah, that's right. I have Major Spec on this, and then for my boss room loadout, I run Minor Spec, and it allows you to one-shot the Vandals, where sometimes they'll stay alive just barely if you're not running Minor Spec. So anyways, in Final Shape, that won't be a big deal because in the TWAB or that preview blog on Wednesday, they talked about they're getting rid of the spec mods. But anyways, for now, that's what you want to do. So again, I should have used 2 rockets there. Like, look, I've got 5. That's plenty, especially if you get lucky with getting an ammo drop in the next room. And now I'm pretty low on an Indebted Kindness. I do have Lead from Gold, though, so you do have really good ammo economy. So yeah, double special is actually like fully viable, and you'll see it actually works better than running a primary in the boss room. You'll see what I mean. Here I miss a couple shots, but then this does AoE damage, so I'm able to take them both out. And now here, we want to proc the nade, and unfortunately, those guys all moved. Sometimes they're a little more to the left, so it made me hesitate, but anyways, I still got like a lucky proc where the servitor wasn't immuning them. So that part's kind of just RNG, but you want to get a rocket on the shanks right away. They're solar shielded, so they'll just all chain reaction blow up like it's crazy. So here, I'm just taking everything out. Here's where Succession's really nice, because Indebted Kindness is a projectile, so sometimes so there, I had my weapons mixed up. I thought the Dragon's Breath was right to the left, so then I lost all my ammo. Otherwise, I still would have had a shot, but the reason I swapped was because I knew I had a brick there. So if you don't know, Dragon's Breath can one-shot these walkers, which makes the boss room literally free. I kind of feel like that's one of the harder parts. Like, Dragon's Breath is... I said it in my best exotic weapon rankings. I said it's the best exotic in the game, and it's definitely the best for this mission, in my opinion. I used Whisper, and Whisper is really nice, especially if you're with a team, but you'll just see how good Dragon's Breath does. If you're with a team, I would suggest, like, yeah, 1 Dragon's Breath and 1 Galley. So anyways, you can see how great Indebted Kindness is for quickly taking these things out. So, like I said, I run minor spec in the boss room, but major spec out here so that it can one-shot those tracer shanks, because again, they'll just be one-shot, like just barely any health if you don't run major spec at this beginning part. But then the Marauders, they will survive just slightly, unless you have like Radiant or something. These guys die to a body shot, so I didn't have to. So there, see how I get all my ammo? I got 3 rockets and a whole bunch of special ammo, and you could see the Marauder was like absolute there. But if you proc Volt Shot like I did on that Vandal, then that's enough to take them out. So these little things make a difference, because using 2 shots on these Marauders, if I was running minor spec which like I said, I do in the boss room, that saves you 1 ammo on every single one of those enemies. So you shoot a Vandal and he's 1 shot. Well, now you have to use 2 ammo, where if you run minor spec, now he's just dead in 1 shot. Like I said, Volt Shot will allow you to get the kill regardless, but you don't always have Volt Shot up, right? So like I said, those little things, that's where I was finally happy to be able to get into this mission and test stuff. And obviously, like I watched Choblo, I watched Esoteric. So yeah, I've said for a long time that knowledge trumps skill in this game, and it's so true because I was having a bitch of a time beating this mission on my Hunter. And then the first try tonight, I beat it. I just had died, so it wasn't flawless, and I wanted to do the flawless run because I already put up a run where I had deaths. So there you can see Galley is good. It just one-shots those captains. So really, really nice for that. And then I don't have much super because when I popped my super in that walker room, I was pretty much done. So I didn't have many enemies to kill to farm super off. But if you're a little slower or you have a super for the outside section, you can actually Icarus skate in your super to kind of skip the little platforms, which again, I did in a different run. But here, I don't have enough super energy even with me killing these guys. So normally I would go buy them, but I was trying to get some super energy off them. But yeah, look at this. The mine explodes. So that's a time loss. Like, it was about 14:28 that mine exploded. Look how long it keeps me here. It's like 10 full seconds. So yeah, those little things can make a difference in this run. But I think if you use the strats that I'm using, it's not going to be a problem because I pretty much, I'm not trying to like brag or whatever, but I pretty much have this mission like on lockdown. Like I could run it on a lot of different classes, but again, or like a lot of different builds and setups and whatever, just because I understand the rotations of the boss room now where I didn't on day 1. So here, I use Strafe Glide through this whole thing because I don't really like Burst Glide for being accurate. Strafe Glide gives you a little bit, and it's really good on this turn. You can just whip around. But yeah, Burst Glide will like burst you, and sometimes it screws me up. So I just run strafe through the whole thing. But again, so if I had my super here, I'm just Icarus dashing in my super all the way along this wall without having to even jump on those little platforms. And then you're up here, you still have your super, and you can just rip right on by these shanks. You can still rip by them, but it's a little riskier. Sometimes it's good to go left and just kill them. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So then here on this jump, nice and easy. I don't quite have enough height to make it in there, but that's okay. Yeah, so this build, like I said, it is really, really good. And it's funny, I just put out a build yesterday. I put the build out, or sorry, the video out, I should say. I put a video out of the 10 best Warlock exotics there. Somehow I didn't die. I kind of mantled the edge. Don't know what that was about. But it was funny. I saw a lot of people saying like Phoenix Protocol and Karnstein Armlets. And yeah, they're good. They're good exotics for sure. But they just basically help with survivability in my opinion. Phoenix Protocol, yeah, you get like a little bit of... like you get lots of wells, which are really good for like taking out enemies and stuff, but no, they're not to be rude, but they're kind of noob exotics. Like there's better damage output because a lot of people were like, why is Verity's Brow on this list? Ask any speedrunner why Verity's Brow is one of the best Warlock exotics in the game. So anyways, somebody else was saying Dawn Chorus is overrated. And you'll see how hard Dawn Chorus goes in the boss room and why it's so good, especially this season with Revitalizing Blast, but even without it, it's great. So anyways, I used my super to do the little Icarus dashing across that jumping part instead, which, yeah, it might have saved me like a few seconds. You run out of Icarus dashes, which is annoying, but if you're running Heat Rises and you can do 2 dashes, then it would be a little quicker. So here, I'm actually just going to speed this up. Or no, I'm not, because I'm not clicked on the video. But anyways, this you just... actually, yeah, screw it. There, now I am. So there, I switched to my boss room loadout because you're sitting there anyways. Normally I would do it on the elevator, but we're not doing it on the elevator because we're actually going to jump up to save us some time. Again, every second counts in this 0 hour solo flawless. So just a little thing like that, just quickly switching your loadout while you're already waiting for these electrical gates is a good idea to do. And same with jumping up at the elevator if you're good at it. And that's another reason why I really like strafe glide. So there, I'm just confirming. So the chest piece I have on, you see I only had 95 resilience. So that that preset loadout that I have has the 3 times solar reserves chest piece, which is going to give us like 3 extra Dragon's Breath rockets or something. It's like a lot of rockets. I think we get 10 total. So anyways, I'll put it back to normal speed. So yeah, like I said, I think we get 10 total. And again, that all makes a difference in the boss room because that brig is really tanky. So here, I just back up, jump, rinse, repeat. And again, this is where I really like strafe glide. It's excellent here. So yeah, you just do this and that's going to save you time on the elevator. Shoot that out. And you can see I have Mountaintop on as well. So yeah, Galahorn for the beginning part and Succession, because Succession is way better than Mountaintop in my opinion, because those Vandals that are on those catwalks are really hard to hit with Mountaintop or Indebted Kindness because they're projectiles where it's like hit scan sniper rifle. So that's why I use Succession at the start, but you want Mountaintop for the brig, because it's like the best thing to use on the brig. So again, there was the floor code. Today was Void for Legend. There's like, I saw it on Twitter, but I'm sure it's on Reddit. There's a whole bunch of maps for all the Arc Solar and Void burn days in normal and legend mode. So here, we're getting about an 8-minute boss room. I didn't do any eager edge swapping or nothing like that, but you're absolutely welcome to do that. But if you don't, 8 minutes is about as good as it gets in my opinion. Like, I made it to the boss room in pretty good time here. So right there, see, I one-shot that Vandal, but I did have Volt Shot, but I believe it one-shots even without Volt Shot. But I wasn't messing around. I was just like, let's just one-shot all these guys. So I'm proccing Volt Shot on pretty much every shot, even on those drags, whatever. So this is what I like to do. This is my strategy. I like a clean room. In real life too, I'm like a little bit OCD. So yeah, I like to just do this. I take out all the ads that can hit me. I've talked about ad priority in other videos. So take out all the ads that are like immediate threats, and then take out the turrets, and then we're gonna put damage into the boss. And here I messed up. So I wanted my yeah, so those shanks started shooting me, so I had to pop my super to survive. But I was only at 4 stacks, so my Dragon's Breath wasn't reloaded, which is really unfortunate. But it is what it is, because you could see Don Chorus was still able to take out that servitor in one go. So no, it is not overrated. Getting those servitors down is crucial to a quick boss room here. So there, I don't think I got the weaken because it tracked to those shanks. But look how quickly we're just working through this room now. Like, insanely fast, because Dragon's Breath also does like AoE damage. So watch here, this boss is gonna TP, and I think it took out half those shanks, even though I have Indebted Kindness with Volt Shot, and it can pretty much like take out an entire wave of shanks as well. So now we got Volt Shot on him. All these mines are super annoying, and because I'm running double special, I don't really want to shoot them. So sometimes I just run and like, that rocket hit? No, it didn't. So yeah, my boss room could have even been quicker. I think I had 2 missed rockets on this run. I had a run right before this where I was cooking. It was really fast, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So there, again, the freaking Dragon's Breath wasn't quite reloaded. But yeah, so we get a shot, and yeah, that's basically how you do the first part of this room, in my opinion. There, I should have just been using Indebted Kindness ammo off the start. I miss, let's see, yeah. So that one-shots those guys as well, even with a solar shield, if you have Volt Shot procced. So Indebted Kindness is like excellent for ad clear. I mean, we all know that, but like, don't be afraid to run double special in this. So there, I picked up a heavy brick, and it got me some lead from gold as well. So now all the ads are dead, other than there's a marauder in mid, but whatever. I kind of want to keep him up because those marauders will actually trip the mines if they run past them, so that's kind of nice. So now there you can see the walker just got melted. So now I'm looking for ammo before the next part of the boss. That's why I didn't want to shoot, because when there's only one walker up and all the ads are dead, this is the time to go searching for ammo. So again, if I was like trying to really speed run this, I would have like shot that and just like went for it. And you'll see, just like when I was doing the jumping puzzle, I get ammo when I run out of it, because the game will automatically pick up ammo for you that's around the map. So anyways, we rotate over here so that we can get a good angle on this servitor. This is the most important part right here. Getting that servitor down ASAP, because he becomes a problem and he's really hard to shoot from the back of the room. At least for me, could be a skill issue. But anyways, so you want your super for there. That's why we popped our super like at the start as well, to take out that first servitor. So here, we're just getting Revitalizing Blast. Again, I'm just not used to Dragon's Breath. And because normally I'm using Dragon's Breath and I'm like scorching with like sun bracers or stuff. So there, like he was in my sight, but it still like sailed over him. So I missed a full ass rocket, which again is not ideal if you're trying to have a fast time. But that just tells you how good this loadout is. If I can miss like 2 full rockets and still beat it. But yeah, rockets are obviously really good on Briggs, and so is Mountaintop. And then every time we have a melee up, which I just got it up, so hopefully right after this, yeah, I throw out the melee. So you want to be doing that every time. And I have Ember of Singeing on, and when you scorch combatants, that gives you melee energy, and Dragon's Breath applies Scorch. And then obviously we're going to get Radiant from that, and we get Revitalizing Blast. So here we're just expending all our Mountaintop ammo basically. And then now we're just going to go in with Indebted Kindness. And then, so in the run before, the reason it was so good was I had really, really good ammo drops in here. But I just died like an idiot. But then I thought, okay, what if I don't have good ammo drops? So I made sure to have this to transfer over to just in case. This is 4th times Focus Fury, Ikelos Sniper, and with the Flint Striker or whatever it is, the other one. From the artifact, getting crits will give me Radiant. So we're able to proc Radiant, and yeah, we just like go in with that. So now I have no ammo whatsoever, right? But I know the Brig's down. So here I have a Zali's Bane to swap to and a fixed odds. And when I come back out of my menu, it gave me all the ammo that's in the room because I had nothing. So this is where double special is super good to run. So now we're just going to get Ember of Empyrean going and just easily take out all the enemies. I must have had quite a bit of heavy around the room if I got that much machine gun ammo. But yeah, so some loadout swaps, but honestly, that's like part of a skill gap in this game, is like being able to know when to swap weapons and all that. Like you do see the best players do that all the time in speedruns. And this isn't an easy solo flawless. It's easier now than it was day one, just because we know like good strats, like the Dragon's Breath thing, being able to take out those walkers. Those walkers I spent a lot of time on in my other run, where in this run, it's literally 2 rockets and it's done. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to show those strats because I think they're really good. And if you're trying to solo flawless this mission, I think that would be really good to run. And you could run that with the Celestial build, and you could run it with like a Syntho Titan or a Pyrogale Titan as well. But yeah, like that weapon loadout, that's what I really like about this mission, is so much of Destiny today is like ability focused, and this one we're able to focus more on our guns. So anyways, hope you enjoyed watching, and take care.